Hi, Gaye DeRusso with the Majestic Rider. So today I want to talk a little bit about breathing and being relaxed on your horse. A lot of us, when we're riding and we're getting back into horses or we get a new horse, we're very tense. And as you watch my videos, you see I have to get on a lot of different horses, and it can be very nerve-wracking, especially if you've been hurt in the past. And most of us have been hurt in the past. So when you're sitting on your horse, you're trying to keep your upper body and your lower body, everything relaxed and not tight, okay? So everything's kind of flexible and easy to move. The reason you're trying to do that is the horse will feel calmer underneath you, because when you tense up and you're scared, that horse thinks a predator is on its back because that's what its brain tells him. Even though it knows you, it thinks, well, yesterday she was nice and gave me cookies, and today she's going to eat me because she's on my back and she's clamping down like a mountain lion does. So when you're going to ride, the first thing you want to do is get on. You might have to have someone hold the horse if it's not good. And just breathe. In through your mouth, out through your mouth. If you breathe through your nose, it's not the same. So you breathe in and then back out, okay? By doing that, the horse feels you relax and they feel that you're calm, which can help them stay much calmer. When you see something that's going to happen, there's a truck coming, my horse is a freak with the alpacas that is over there, there's an emu coming at me, the first thing I do is, we're okay. Make sure you shorten up the rein if you need to help them, and then come up with a plan. But you sit back, you have your hands wide, and you try to give your horse a job so it's not so focused on the scary object and it's more focused on you. You have to do that, but then stay relaxed so that horse doesn't start to think you're a predator and want to get you off of its back. So when you see trainers, good trainers riding, when they have a bad horse, they stay very calm. And even if the horse is anxious or spooky, they will stay very calm, and you won't see him tuck and huddle like this. You won't see him clamp on, but you will see him sit back, talking to the horse and giving the horses things to do. Because, again, you want to keep that horse calm, and to do that, stay relaxed, do not squeeze, come up with a plan, and just keep your body back, because it's much harder to fall off when you're sitting back a fair amount. The other thing you want to do, you can talk to your horse, you can sing to your horse, anything that makes you open your mouth and breathe. Nice and slow, okay? Everything's slow. It's the same thing when you say, whoa. You breathe and you let it out, whoa. Whoa doesn't work when you go, whoa, 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 ho, 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 because the horse feels you panicking up there, and then it starts to panic. So even if you're panicking inside, you have to coach yourself. Practice this on a fake horse like I am, and practice your breathing and taking yourself through these different scenarios, and just practice off of the horse. So it's much easier when you're on the horse because you're starting to get muscle memory. Okay? And this is very important for those who have fallen off, has post-traumatic stress, you're very scared. Practice, but practice off of the horse. And once you can do that well, then you practice on the horse, just standing there, and somebody can hold the horse, and again, taking yourself through different scenarios on what you would do. And then you don't start having that horse walk until you're comfortable doing it that way. The hard part with horses is they know when you're panicked, and when you're panicked, you scared them more. When you panic, what people do is they clench up. So that's number one, predators on my back. The horse is thinking, get it off, I don't like it. Two, you pull on them, and they go, now I can't get away. Now I really don't like her. I'm going to unload her in about 2 seconds because I don't think I can control myself. She's scaring the hell out of me. So again, you clamp down, you pull, and then you hold your breath, or you breathe through your nose, but it's very shallow. It's like, so all those things tell the horse you have just turned into a predator and you're going to eat them, because predators stalk. They jump on the horse. When they jump on the horse, they clamp down. They're hugging them, especially mountain lions. They're going for the jugular. So they hug them. Just watch the Animal Planet. And they bite down, and they're holding, and they won't let go. Okay? And when they were stalking, I forgot to say this, but when they were stalking, you know what they do? They don't breathe loud at all. They kind of breathe very shallow or kind of hold their breath as they're stalking because they don't want the animal, the prey animal, to hear them. So when you stop breathing, when you hold them, when you clamp down, in the horse's brain, you just went from a nice person to the person who's going to eat them tomorrow. Okay? So you have to realize those things, and you have to practice. You can't wait till something scares your horse and see if you react well or not, because unless you want to fall off. But most of us don't want to fall off, so you want to practice those scenarios, staying relaxed, breathing nice and deep, letting your body go. And if you do need to clamp on, to hold on because the horse starts bucking, you can clamp, but lean back, breathe, and then if you can, do that one rein stop and turn them around, get that hind quarter moving, and shut them down instead of trying to just ride it out. With any of these things, you always have to look around to see what's going on, because if you're going to do a one rein stop, you don't want to do it in a gully, you don't want to do it down a cliff, you want to make sure you have room to do it and you're safe, or wait and hang on until you are safe enough and there's an open area for you to do it. So staying relaxed and breathing with your mouth is very important in making that horse feel secure and making sure that you haven't turned into a predator. Keeping your legs relaxed as much as you can will also help a fair amount. And that, again, is why it's important to have your stirrups kind of the right length, that you can do that and you feel safe, that your feet aren't going to slip out of the stirrups. If you're getting cramps in your knees, your hips, your ankles, your stirrups are probably too short. If your stirrups keep falling off of your feet, it can be your stirrups are too long. So those are ways to tell. And a good exercise to do, especially when it's hot out, you can do this on the horse or you can do this on the saddle rack, is to practice getting your stirrups. Now, this guy is very skinny, so I'm not getting my other stirrup. There we go. Okay, your horse is fatter than this, so it's easier on the horse. But what you're trying to do, because you will lose your stirrups. When we were jumping, we would lose our stirrups all the time because they would jump us high up out of the saddle sometimes. And so what we did was practice riding without our stirrups, so we weren't panicked if we lost our stirrups. And then we practiced getting our stirrups. So as I'm cantering to a jump, if I didn't have my stirrup, I could be doing this at the same time. And right when I got to the jump, I got my stirrup back. And I was like, yes, okay, I'm going to stay on. So practice in the beginning, taking one foot out, putting it back in. That was a fly in my ear. And then take your other foot and put it in and out. So, and then take your other foot and just practice one foot and then the other, taking it in and out. And then once you can do that well, and you could do this on the couch because at least the couch is solid between you, so it would help you get your stirrup, then you can take both feet out and both feet back in. But I can tell you, I see everybody doing this, trying to get their stirrup back in. Practice the days you don't want to ride, putting your feet in and out of the stirrups, okay? Because that will make a big difference. So I know I started talking about breathing and relaxing, and of course, Gaye always goes off on tangents, so now I'm explaining the stirrups. But stay relaxed when you're riding. Try not to have too much leg squeezing on them to go forward. And again, when you see something coming, react and be proactive beforehand. Shorten the reins up, relax everything, start breathing, give your horse a job, and that way you're more likely to be successful versus you sit here on a loose rein and you see it and you go, well, I hope he doesn't spook. And then the horse goes into a bucking fit. Be proactive. That's what you want to do. Again, we're riding a prey animal. We know their instincts say run, get the weight off. You can run faster, so why have them do that? You see something, shorten up, breathe, relax, get your feet out in front of you a little bit, sit back, hands wide so you can pull sideways in case they started to spin, and you're going to be a lot more successful. All right, I hope that helps.